do we really need to find out the laundering destination, just in a plain language?
I don't know if it's laundry destination we need to find out, but I think the investigation needs to take place and we need to close the loopholes legally. That's what I think. Now, on the third one, the political aspect, we need to review the pay and pensions of members of our security forces. That is critical. We can't have these members in uniform going out here protecting our lives and they're underpaid. So it is, we need to get serious, people. I mean, these guys are professionals. The terrorists are professionals. They're not here to play. So if we want our security not to be compromised, then we need to look at their pay and pensions. We need to really bring it up. So that's one area in the political side. Secondly, this is very important. We need to recruit ethical and qualified Nigerians in the diaspora to the highest decision-making levels of government. Why do I say that? People in the diaspora, I have about 10 to 15 friends who work for the FBI. They're all Nigerians. They work for CIA. They work for British intelligence. They work for the US military. These are Nigerians. We can go and recruit them. They say they're ready to, they say to me, Chris, if it works out in Nigeria, come get us. Okay? So we need to go get these people. If I'm given the mandate, I'll go and bring them back home. I mean, they are valuable to what we're doing, fighting terrorism here. Number three, we need to say no to tribalism. That's another problem that we have here. And that also undermines our security, okay? Everyone have their stereotypes. You know, the Hausa people think, I hear that the Hausa people think they need to own the power in Nigeria. I hear that the Yorubas, you can't trust them. I hear that the Igbos are, love money too much. They sell their mother money. So we need to get serious and quit these stereotypes if we really want to get serious and solve this problem. So now I have talked about a little bit of the three. Now I need to move into the military aspect because I know we're running short of time. The military aspect makes up 60% of what I'm going to talk about, the solution. So we need to listen very clearly. This is very important. I know that people always say we can't do what we do in America here. We can. And these are not far-fetched ideas. President Jonathan Goodluck can start tomorrow doing some of these things I'm talking about. One, we need to create a Department of Homeland Security. Okay? That's important. This includes border and transportation security and intelligence operations. Okay? Now, people are going to ask, why should we create a Department of Homeland Security? Well, I have three reasons why we should do that. We need intelligence information to move with the speed of light. Okay? I know that our security forces right now, do have, information, by the time they get the information from the police to the army to this, the Boko Haram terrorists have already struck. So we're talking about preventive measures. If we're talking about preventive measures, we need to create this Department of Homeland Security, make sure that that is the only department that is charged with dealing with crimes and preventing terrorism.
Sorry, permit me to come in here. How do we make our intelligence operations more effective now? Could you give a vivid explanation?
I will be getting to that. Since, just slow by, if you give me some little bit of time. Now, number two, because I know that people are going to say, well, we can't create Homeland, it's too big. Well, the second thing is lack of adequate vetting process and low morale on the part of some security agents. Some of our agents are feeding the terrorists with information they use to attack us, that's for sure. And with the vetting process is also critical, okay? Some of these security forces are not well vetted. So anytime information comes, you don't know who's leaking information to the terrorists. But if we create a Department of Homeland Security and we vet every employee in the Department of Homeland Security, we will not have this problem.
So in other words, the moles we have in the security agencies can be fished out if we have a proper vetting system.
Yes, we wouldn't even have them in the Department of Homeland Security once we create that. If we create that department, we're going to vet. There's a 5-step process I have on how to vet, but I'm not going to go into that right now.
But you've done a lot in terms of vetting and some other issues you've done. Perhaps maybe we can also touch on that because it's quite key here.
Okay.
Once upon a time, we had the president say some of these people have infiltrated his government, and sometimes you get to see that maybe the security agents, they have information about some guy, some dude somewhere, and just before they get there, the guy has information that we're coming for him and he's out of town. So how well can we use this vetting system so that they can start to employ that? Okay,
well, again, it boils down to efficiency and effectiveness. In the United States Army, I was a member of the military intelligence, right? When you're coming into the Department of MI, you must be vetted very well, okay? Before you get top secret clearance, you must be vetted. Now, the vetting process for me took U.S. all the way back to my great-grandparents. That's how much the vetting process works.
Let me also point out the fact that we are very deficient in the area of keeping database in this country.
That is,
how do you vet someone who you don't even have the history?
Absolutely, and these are the things we will be working on. If I come in, you see, the reason why I came home was to help. I'm here for the solution, okay? I have access to ways of vetting and making it very, very good. But again, I said I don't want to talk about them on the air. Yeah. But I can be able to give.
If it's going to jeopardize the whole security effort, then I think we'll have to leave that for some other time. Perhaps let's talk about the approach that people can as well use. You were getting on that.
Okay, the approach for the vetting or the other things?
You talked about proactive measures instead of us to be reactive in our approach.
Yes, instead of being reactive, we need to come back and look at how we can protect, things. Now, the third reason why we need to create Department of Homeland Security is international agencies are skeptical sharing intelligence because of lack of trust in some of our agencies. Okay, this is why we should recruit qualified Nigerians in the diaspora. I keep mentioning this. It's not just a fly-by-night idea. We need our guys in the U.S.
Are you saying people at home are not capable?
No, I know that's the people are going to infer that. We're very quick to be very defensive. I know that we have capable people at home here. Good. I'm saying when we're dealing with terrorists, this is a huge problem. It's not going to go away. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. We need more qualified people, from people who have worked with terrorists, who know their ways, who know everything about them in the U.S. We fought Al-Qaeda. We fought the bigger terrorists. And we have guys in the FBI, CIA, and all these other places. Why can't we go bring them home? And they're willing. They want to come home. They want to. If we create this Department of Homeland Security, bring these guys in, it's going to be a wrap. Now, I think we can contain this.
What many security analysts are saying is that the Boko Haram, the terrorist attackers have embraced a kind of warfare, very unconventional, and it's likened to a guerrilla warfare. It appears the Nigerian security operators are not braced for that kind of
warfare. Again, this is where I walk a very fine line. I think our security forces are doing a good job, okay? They are doing a good job, but I think we can do better job. That is my approach to all this.
So what I'm asking, permit me, is that do we have trained security personnel to contain guerrilla warfare?
Yes, we do, but we need to do better. We must learn to think like terrorists. We must understand that a terrorist is willing to murder innocent citizens and is willing to die for what he or she perceives as the greater cause. I mean, doing nothing is easy, but change is very hard, right? And a friend always told me, it is only when we demand a solution with no cost that there is no solution. So if people are worried about the cost of creating a Department of Homeland Security, we shouldn't be worried about that.